in nature, two types of changes can occur: physical changes and chemical changes. So a chemical change occurs when chemical bonds are broken and new ones are formed, resulting in the creation of new substances that previously were not present. And so the original substances are transformed into new compounds or elements, along with the release or absorption of energy. So a great example of that right here is methane combining with oxygen to form carbon dioxide, and water, along with the release of energy. So we see carbon dioxide and water formed, but we start out with methane and oxygen. And so new substances have been formed, so chemical bonds must have been broken. So this is an example of a chemical change. Another example of a chemical change is the decomposition of water, because an electrical current passes through it. So we start out with water, and the decomposition results in hydrogen and oxygen, neither of which we started with. So that's another example of a chemical change. Now, physical changes are those that alter the substance's appearance, but do not affect the chemical properties of the substance. So for example, we have ice, liquid water, and water vapor. All of these are made up of H2O. So if we have H2O in the solid form of ice that changes into water, it's still going to be made up of H2O. So this is not a chemical change because we have the same chemicals, so it's a physical change. It's a change in appearance. So if this liquid water changes into water vapor, it still has the chemical makeup of H2O. So it's just a physical change or a change in appearance. So phase changes are a prime example of physical changes. So some other examples of physical changes are changes in shape, texture, size, mass, volume, and density. And then changes in color, changes in odor can be indicators of a physical change or a chemical change, because certain physical changes, such as dissolving ionic or polar compounds in a solvent, are actually considered to be physical changes, even though they involve the breaking of chemical bonds. However, if these solutions are allowed to evaporate, the original ionic solid will settle out as a precipitate, so the chemical identity of the substance did not change. And so the line between physical and chemical changes can sometimes be blurred.